Family members, after a lull of nearly 2 weeks, Test cricket, we are going to see India start a new era. It is going to be India versus England, the first Test match that's going to take place at Leeds. Now, traditionally, when you look at India's record at Leeds, it's not been that great. You last won in 2002. You didn't do well in 2021 when you were bundled out for under 100 in there. But looking at how the situation is, Shubman Gill is all set to lead India in this new era. It is the minus Virat Kohli, Ravichandran Ashwin, and Rohit Sharma. Remember, all have retired at this in this format. So it's going to be very interesting about what is going to happen in Leeds. Now, many people are wondering what is the pitch and weather going to be like in Leeds. Now, remember what Graham Gooch said, the former England player. Graham Gooch has said that the weather in England, the weather in the United Kingdom has been pretty dry. There has not been that much of rain, and that is why you may see green tinges in the wicket. Yes, the wicket will be green in Leeds, but the overhead conditions, when you look at the weather for all the 4 days, today is the best weather. You're going to see sunshine with just about 2% chances of rain, which is not even going to happen. So Leeds is going to see bright weather today, but on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you're going to see intermittent showers. It is not enough to wash out a day or something. It is enough to wash out maybe a session or so. So you're going to see the best weather today in Leeds. That is why the team that wins the toss might want to bat first. You'll want to see that, yes, bright sunshine, slightly bit of, when you look at it, the wicket that is there, it's going to be a dry wicket with some green patches to ensure that the wicket remains firm. So that is why if a team wins a toss, they'll want to bat first. Weather is fine today in Leeds, but on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you may see intermittent showers. Not enough to wash out a day. Maybe an hour, maybe a session. That could happen in Leeds. So that is the latest update that we're going to give you as far as the weather is concerned. Great weather today. Toss will happen on time. Everything will take place on time. The only thing is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, there will be intermittent showers. Now, as far as the playing level is concerned, we know that Shubman Gill is going to bat at number 4. So, who will be the openers? Most likely, it's going to be Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul. Now, as far as Karun Nair is concerned, he did suffer an injury in practice, but it looks as if he's fine. Karun Nair is going to bat at number 3, followed by Shubman Gill at 4. Then you've got Rishabh Pant at 5, and you may see Nitish Reddy at 6, Ravindra Jadeja, Shardul Thakur at 8, and then you will see Bumrah, Siraj, Prasidh. That might be your playing 11 that you've got to remember. England have already announced their playing 11 about 2 days back, and you've got Bryden Carson there. You've also got Ollie Pope, who's there. You've got most of the players who are in there. The only experienced bowler in this entire lineup is Chris Woakes. Woakes has been around for a very long time, almost close to 14 years. So that's why it's going to be very interesting as to how India picked their 11. So you may see only one spinner. Is there a probability that India may play 5 pacers? I don't think that might happen. It could happen if Jadeja is not picked. You may want to pick some other pace bowler in that sense. So yes, England at this point in time, and it's going to be a very close series. Let's make no mistake about it. Why do I say it will be a close series? For one simple reason. England's bowling is pretty weak. The batting looks okay. India's bowling is awesome. But how will India cope minus when you look at all these things? So that's why it's going to be a very close series. And I didn't predict a 4-0 or a 5-0. I'll just see how things go about it. I had predicted off camera that it might be 2-2. For all you know, it could be 2-2. And Shubman Gill might have a good start, but Sachin Tendulkar, in his interviews that he's given various media outlets, he said that India could win it 3-1. That is what Sachin Tendulkar is predicting at this point. And yes, India could win the series 3-1. He believes Shubman Gill can do something special. He's backed Rishabh Pant to come out of the rut that he is in. He says that Rishabh Pant should only back himself. And he's asked to respect 3 things in England: the overhead conditions, the wind, and the pitch. You have to respect these three conditions, and you need to have a very solid front foot defense. If your front foot defense against the pace bowlers is successful in England, then you can ensure that you score plenty of runs here. Remember, Tendulkar has an average of 54 in England. And that is why this is going to be very, very important. Sachin Tendulkar believes that if any batter can have a good front foot defense, then he will score plenty of runs. So you have certain players who can do that. Yes, Shubman Gill doesn't have a great Sena record, but you got KL Rahul, who's done decently well in England. Jaiswal will be the key because this will be his first tour of England, senior team that is. And that's why he will be the key to ensure that he gives India a fast start. So the average first innings total, see, it all depends. I mean, looking at different eras, it was just about 200, 250. But then remember, on a green overcast condition, India did bat first in 2002 and scored 628. But in sunny conditions, when you had a bit of a cloud cover around, India were bundled out for 76 also. So that's an extreme when you have to look at Leeds at this point in time. So it's going to be very, very interesting. A very interesting series opener that is going to start out in Leeds. Then you've got matches in Lords, you've got at the Oval, you've got on all the other places also. So it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Sachin Tendulkar believes it's 3-1. India might win because England's bowling isn't all that great. Now, as far as other sporting events are concerned, today at 1 a.m. there is going to be Neeraj Chopra, who will be in action in the Paris Diamond League. There is no telecast for it in India. There will be no telecast in India, so that's why whatever happens, you may see it in the official Diamond League YouTube channel. So that's why Neeraj will be wanting to ensure that he wins in Paris, because in the two events that he's played in 2025, Doha and Poland, he's finished second behind Julian Weber. Will it be 3 out of 3 for Julian Weber in 2025? That remains to be seen. But this is a very important event for Neeraj Chopra. He's back where he had managed to get 89 meters in the Olympics against Arshad Nadeem. So that's why Neeraj Chopra is going to be action today at 1 a.m. And one will be hoping that he at least wins one diamond leg event this time around as well. Remember, he's won it in the past. So that's why there's nothing left for Neeraj Chopra to prove in more ways than one. And as far as we are reaching the conclusion of the hockey season as well in the FIH Pro League, India will be facing Belgium. They'll want to ensure that they don't make it 0-8, because this European leg has been an absolute disaster for the India men's hockey team as well as for the India women's hockey team. India women's hockey team will also be facing Belgium. India will be facing Belgium. Netherlands have played out their entire FIH Pro League and they have ended on 35 points, but the women's team have won. Now it is going to be interesting as to whether Australia can catch up, or can Germany or Belgium do the unthinkable. So that is what we are going to see in the last few days of the FIH Pro League. That's going to happen as well. So I'll take some comments. Priyanshu, thanks. Priyanshu, it's good to be back. Dr. Deo from the Sena countries. SNA, I won the WTC West, so I think England will win the WTC final 2027. See, they've got two very important series which could define whether they go or not. 5 tests versus India, which is going to be incredibly important for them. Then you have 5 Ashes tests that's going to take place from November to January. If England can do well in both these series, not have a series loss, then I think they have a chance to be in the WTC final. Because looking at how their schedule is, this 2 series will determine whether they are in the WTC final or not. Otherwise, I don't see them going into the WTC final if they lose the Ashes and the series against India. And welcome back, sir. Will you be in the studios today, Sanju? Yes, I will be in the studios today, Sanju. And as I said, Sanju, the average first score in Headingley, it's very extreme. It can vary somewhere in the range of 250 to 300. That's the average first inning score that is there. Isn't this the weakest English bowling lineup in a long time, Priyanshu? Yeah, it is kind of. But then see, when you're in a transition phase, this is bound to happen. So that's how it's going to be. Pawan Suresh, hi. Anshu said, sir, welcome back. Disappointing news. Smith will not play first and Manas dropped on mediocre. And oh yes, that is the one update that has come out. Yes, in the Australia versus West Indies test series that's going to begin. 3 test matches that they'll be played, including 1 pink ball test in Jamaica. This is a very big development that Marnus Labuschagne has been dropped. And Steve Smith will not be playing the first test at least. He is in danger of potentially missing the entire West Indies series also, because The finger dislocation that has happened, it requires him to be in that splinter for 8 weeks. Whether he will bat through the pain in the second and the third tests, that remains to be seen now. But Smith officially has been ruled out for the first test. Whether he's ruled out for the series, that they'll take a call after the first test is over. So it's really going to be very, very interesting. Spots Anshu Mishra. Good. Yeah, could happen. Ashes series sees players retire. I mean, perhaps you may see a Nathan Lyon retire. Perhaps you may see a Mitchell Stark retire. You don't know. I mean, it's going to end with the problems that one has. Hazelwood also could retire. So that is why I see if Australia don't win the Ashes this time around, then I think you will see some retirements. Although Anshu Yasitsa, no, Bailey confirms he will be there for the second test. But then, as I mentioned, then he's going to bat through pain because it's going to take him 8 weeks to recover. So 8 weeks meaning 2 months until he can bat without pain. So yes, that is going to be very, very interesting at this point in time. Gaurav Kumar is asking, what do we have to do if we win the toss for the seaming condition? Looking at the weather today, I think you have to bat first. You should bat and ensure that, okay, you take the best of the conditions. It's not going to be that swinging and seaming. Remember, conditions have changed in England. For baseball, you need flat wickets. And that is why this is going to be very, very interesting. India, I think, should bat first and then exploit the best of the batting conditions that's there. Survive the first hour, and then you will have a very, very good day in the field. So SL are 429 for 6. Yes, I mean, they're really going around pretty well. Sri Lanka made a good response with Pachum Nisanka hitting 187. And let's see how it progresses. But I think this test match, unless Bangladesh don't collapse, I think it's headed for a draw. Because I think the way how Bangladesh batted and the way how one session was apparently washed out because of the weather in Gaul, I think I think it's ending in a draw most likely. I didn't go to Chennai for a holiday, Priyanshu. I went home, Bhopal. So that's how it is. I'll be back today and we'll be doing a lot of videos on sports today regarding the India versus England build-up. It's here. First test is going to start. 3 o'clock is the toss. And then you're going to see lots and lots of action. It's now the season of red ball cricket. White ball cricket takes a back seat after all these months of slam bam, thank you ma'am action. And we're going to see India versus England test cricket, new era, Shubman Gill captaincy. It's a new start for Indian cricket. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.